Good morning. This is Holly with Holly's Joys, and I am getting ready to talk about my upbringing and some childhood events that happened that have molded me into the person that I am today. And I just want to give you a little bit of information before I get started on that project. First off, let me give a disclaimer. This is my story, how I experienced it, as I'm remembering it. It is a testimony, if you will, in a way, of becoming who I am, and I hold no ill will against anybody who might recognize themselves in some of my stories. None of my family, I'm not mad at them, I don't hate anybody. Actually, I like who I am, so I'm thankful for my life's experiences, even those challenging ones. So I just wanted it, I want to express that's not the purpose. So it is just a part of my journey to 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For God has not given us, a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." That's New King James. So, with that said, I do also want to touch on a few things before we get started. And some of the things that I'm going to talk about may sound not true, hard to believe. You may feel doubt and skepticism, which is fine. That's your experience. That's fine. But I just want to talk about some reasons that people have that response to things, childhood traumas of other people. And one of the reasons that people have a negative response to that is we idealize what it is to be a family. I mean, let's face it, we all want a Hallmark family, don't we? I think mine was a little bit more LMN, but we do want the Hallmark family, and it's hard to hear when it isn't. Secondly, it's cognitive dissonance. You may know some of the people that I'm talking about, and it's not your experience with them, and that's good. I mean, right? We're not one-dimensional people. We treat each person individually. So it's understandable that you would not every person's going to have the same experience with the people that I talk about that I have. And I'm going to be careful not to be just blasting people out. I'm just going to share my thoughts on it. And then 3, it's a cultural stigma. And at my age, people think I should be over it, whatever. So, cultural stigma. And then we've got number 4, which is misunderstanding of what trauma is. So hopefully I can shed some light on that and bring some awareness. 5, denial is a defense mechanism. 6, we all have a happy childhood bias. It's kind of like when you go to a funeral and everybody only has happy things to say, and you're like, well, is that the same person? Kind of that sort of thing. 7, there's not going to be any evidence. There's no DNA and fingerprints. So, 8, social attitudes towards being vulnerable. I'm not a super vulnerable person. I think of myself as very strong and capable, and maybe even loud, outgoing, boisterous, all those things. So it might be hard for you to see the vulnerability. And then I just want you to think about it from what you call the survivor's perspective. When you have those negative responses, those doubtful responses, here are some of the things that can happen for the survivor and why I have not talked about it in 65 years. So, it makes me doubt myself. I've already lived all these years filled with doubt from all the gaslighting that went on. So, I don't want to try and share my vulnerability and then have people doubt that as well. Silencing. Yeah. I've been silent my whole entire life, and I'm beginning to come out of that, and I like it. I'm going to be honest. I prefer to be real and honest about myself. And then re-traumatizing. I don't want to be re-traumatized by other people and their um, doubts and unbeliefs of my experiences. And then it's very isolating. And I think all those things are very true, and why I haven't really shared a lot. And I've tried to share periodically over the years on an individual basis. And I find this much easier because I'm just staring at a screen and I can say what I want, and hopefully I'll get nice responses. And I mean, I don't need anybody to say anything. Just I'm trying to encourage other people who've experienced difficult things to find a place of being okay, just like the second Timothy, to have power, love, and a sound mind. I mean, who doesn't want that? So anyway, that's the point of what I'm going to be talking about, my childhood experiences. And of course, they are not complete, but they are just things that reoccur in my thinking. So we will start that on the next video. I just wanted to give you some food for thought when you are dealing with other people who've been through traumatic events or experiences. Just think about your own behavior and how you approach them. So I hope you have power, love, and a sound mind today, and have a great day. We'll see you next time. I'm excited to start sharing. We'll see ya. Bye.